Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and it's November, so welcome to my Killikit for November, where I will be documenting my road trip with my friend and my kids to the East Coast. And I thought I would share with you what I am putting in my kit. If you have ever seen a Killikit with me, I usually pull a whole lot more stuff in than I have set aside, but my plan for this time is to try and stick quite significantly, other than like solid cardstock, matte stacks for, matting pictures and stuff. Other than that kind of thing, I'm going to try really hard to mostly stay within what is in my kit. So I'm going to go over everything that I've got here in general. I'm not flipping through like every single piece of this paper because this is for a scrapbook to document my road trip, like I said, with my kids and my best friend. We went to Gettysburg and Arlington and Washington, D.C., and then we went to visit a friend in Virginia and then came home. And I've decided to make this somewhere between 40 and 50 page book. So it's all hopefully going into one book. So I'm trying not to put too much dimension in here, but I do have some things with some dimension, as well as, like the typical kinds of puffy stickers and things like that that add a little bit of dimension too. So, but what I'm going to start with is the papers, and my Creative Ambassador kit from September that I got from Peacecraft Love had this vintage artistry, I think is what it is, from by 49 in Market. And I've used a few of the papers already because I believe it had 10 in it or 8 in it originally. But I've got 4 of those. And then I have this Maggie Holmes round trip. And a few of these are the cardstock loose papers that I got probably at Joann Fabrics. And then the other ones, these back 3, are from the project pad for that same collection. And I thought these papers were going to work best based on the colors and the theme of the paper. I love the stars, love the hearts, love this journaling like ledger paper. The star paper right there, I used that to cut out my stars for the first day of 30 Days of Sketches this past month, the Jessica Michaels sketch. But I thought I could use that as a background paper to mat a layout. Same with this yellow, because this is pretty busy, but I like that color. And I love this paper for scrapbooking Washington, D.C., because it's a whole lot of roads and streets, and I felt like that was pretty fitting. So there is a handful from Maggie Holmes round trip. But my main kit is going to be Vicki Boutin's Fernwood. And I pretty much have every paper in the collection in this stack right here. I have a couple of them that are duplicates because I love both sides, and I had duplicates in my collection. So, like this right here is like one of my favorite papers because it's my favorite color. I love text print. It's distressed. It's gorgeous. Love the back. It's just one of my favorites, and she usually has something like this in every one of her collections, and it's just beautiful and tasty, and just I can't wait. So those are the papers. I also have these 6x8 papers all together in this 12x12. There's probably about 30, maybe more. So these 3 papers right here came from the 6x8 paper pad for the Maggie Holmes round trip. Those 3 color-wise worked for me, style-wise, plus those tags were really cute. And then, of course, I have the Fernwood. And I've already used probably 4 to 6 papers from here. And I do have some scraps left over, which are over to the side in a bag. And so I'm going to just keep gathering any kind of scraps from this kit in there and use that as I go. So I'm hoping not to have too many scraps left over in the end. So those are the papers. Like I said, I will be bringing in some, cardstock solids and things. So this is Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Garden, Simple Vintage Harvest Garden. I guess I need my glasses because I can't even see. Oh, country. Good gravy, you all. Country Harvest. Look, I'm going to get it together. And this also came with my Creative Ambassadors kit in September from Peacecraft Love. And it had hundreds of embellishments between the stickers, the embellishments, all the things. So much in this kit. I don't know if it's still available at Peacecraft Love, but it is an amazing kit. So my plan is to use as much of these 2 sheets as I can, because it was in October that we went, so it was very fall. But I don't have a lot of need for the pumpkins unless I can find a place to kind of tuck them in somewhere, because there was not really any pumpkin anything happening on our trip. So I do want to use the majority of these sheets, but I know that I don't really have any plans to use any of the pumpkin kinds of things. These are from the ephemera that I got with this collection as well. And I pulled out almost everything from what I have left, except for pumpkins, phrases that weren't going to make any sense or weren't going to work with my stuff. This has word phrases, leaves, hearts, the bees, because my best friend's name is Brie, my kids call her Bee. Butterflies, flowers, I think I already said that, and then some tags and things. So I have all of those in that little pouch. These are flatback brads that are adhesive on the back. There's a few of them that are pumpkin-y, and then there's some embellishments at the bottom. So I may not get all of this used, but my plan is to use the majority of that and all of what's in this ephemera pouch, just because I hand selected the things that I was pretty sure I could use to tuck places or whatever. So there is one more thing in this stack at the very back. It is from that same Simple Stories collection, and I'm gonna start getting this Fernwood stuff out and then realize that I've got that back there. So my goal is to use up all of this. The only thing that may not get used is, of course, the pumpkin, maybe even the word harvest, but we'll see. But I'd love to get it used up. So then I have all of these Fernwood, the puffy word phrases. I have the chipboard thickers, and then I have the sticker sheet, the cardstock stickers. So my goal is to use all of these, both sides. If I need more, I can get more. I have another set of all of these, but my goal is to use everything on all 3 of these sticker or embellishment sets, because they fit the collection, obviously, and there's plenty to be made from them. So that's my plan. I would love to use up all of these ephemera bits that came with this collection, the Fernwood collection as well. All of them are super usable, super cute. Some of them are like chipboard, some of them are acetate. I love this little magnifying glass, so cool. So then I also have for Fernwood the sticker book, and I would love to use this up completely, because I love the colors and the patterns and everything from this collection for sure. And then I have 2 of the puffies. I'm not intending necessarily to use all of those, but I would like to use quite a bit of them because I still have more Fernwood. I don't necessarily need to blow through all of that second set. So these are just random things I brought in, mostly to gear towards the travel. So I have 2 sets, really have 3, but I have 2 sets of these Washington, D.C. Jollee's Boutique. This Jollee's Boutique, Are We There Yet? I thought that would be really cute. Maybe for the trip home or something. The only thing that I question about both of these is all that red and blue. There's not any red and blue in any of the stuff that I picked out paper-wise, so I'm not sure. And then here's another Recollections, Washington, D.C. Embellishment set, this U.S. Capitol. Then I have these Jollee's Adventure Awaits, I think it says. And I'd like to use at least one of those in one of my layouts. I plan on completely using this because we did go to the Smithsonian. I probably will use quite a few of these sticko puffies with the road signs, because we do have some on the road pictures that I can use this with. And then we went to a ghost walk, and I thought that this would be perfect. It's a rub-on, so I'm hoping that it'll work because it's as old as could be. So I have no idea if it will, but if it doesn't, then that's fine. I'll just throw that out, but hopefully it'll work and it'll fit on what I'm going to create for that. And then I have these Becky Higgins Project Life cards. pocket cards. And I got them off of Marketplace. That's why there's a hole punch in all of them. I'm not sure why they did that, but it's fine. And I just find ways of tucking or putting like a enamel dot or something like that over the hole. So I'd love to use the majority of those, maybe not all of them, because there are quite a few, but I would love to use, some of those up because they've been sitting in my stash. So these are all the odds and ends that are not necessarily, part of a collection, just things that are in my stash. And then I have some things from some of my favorite, some of my favorite small businesses. These are some sequins that I got from Anna with Peacecraft Love. She sends a little sequins pouch every time you place an order. So I have some left over from where they were in my mixed media kit that I bought from her. I have some from an order I placed in October, which are these right here. They have pumpkins and spiders in them though, so I probably won't use that on this collection, but I've got some Halloween pictures for this year I can use that with. But I do think I would like to use those sequins because they will match the majority of this collection. So then I have this washi. This also came from the Simple Stories Country Harvest. And so there's a third one, but it's complete pumpkins, and I didn't want that. So I thought the teal plus that white. And there's quite a bit on both of these. So I don't anticipate that I'll be able to use blow through both of these. But the more I use, the better, right? So then the other thing that I was talking about earlier was the small businesses. I love to support small businesses if at all possible. So this is Some Assemblage Required, which is a store on Etsy. MK creates these great wood veneers. She also does acrylics and things like that. These are from 3 different collections that I got from her. The camera, the little coffee cup, and that ticket. I thought these would work on what I'm going to create, and I may or may not paint them. I love the wood look. I may paint, I don't know, we'll see. We'll just have to see. But I do want to use those on my layouts. And then I have these items from my Bramble Fox box. I have the subscription and get new fabulous things every month from them. And these are perspectives, and I love them. Love this is in black, and then this globe that says "See the World." I think, is like this light. It looks like it should be black, but it's like a covered. It's really cool, and I thought I could use that with the travel, and then of course the sunshine. The sun came out one day, so I'd like to use that on one of those days or on one of those layouts. And then my Flair Hut Flair that I have for fall. And I thought I'd pull the fall colors out. These ones on the left are like leaves and things like that. And then the ones on the right are just the colors that I felt like would work the best with this collection or with the whole fall theme. And like I said before, I don't want to have a lot of dimension on my layouts, but these and the wood veneer and these perspectives are about the same depth. So they really don't add a ton. I mean, I wouldn't want them on every single page of this book just because I'm trying to fit so many layouts, but I will be more creative with the way that I put them down, because that way if they're not all in the exact same corner of my layouts, then it won't build up that space, in that one place. It'll be more evened out. So, but we're going to create the layouts the way we want to create them, however that ends up being. So I'm going to put these back in my little bag. I'm super excited to use these. I don't necessarily need to use them all, and I do have others that I will pull from, but I love these, and I thought that these would work really well with this kit that I have built together with the different collections. So I'm really excited, and here are the pictures and pictures and ephemera that I'm wanting to use and document. They are currently in order of how they happened, and each day, starting with this picture of me, my best friend, and my kids in the car getting ready to leave Kentucky and head towards Gettysburg. So, and then there are just some random things in here. I've got like a brochure and a map from Arlington, some postcards from Arlington, some receipts from Starbucks, receipts from some other restaurants we went to. There's the little poppies from Arlington Cemetery. So I like to bring those things in if I can and if they're going to fit with what I want. So here is my list of the layouts that I want to create. Not necessarily specific, but like, Gettysburg, 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 however many layouts I'm going to do to try and encompass all of these pictures. Some of them will have tons of pictures on them. Some of them will just have one picture. It just depends. So here is the way I have put my kit together. It's in this little container I got at IKEA. TJOG. I am not trying to pronounce that. So I'm excited to get all of this together. I hope you'll come with me. It'll be going up throughout the month of November, and at the end of the month, I will bring them all back and do a layout share. So I hope to see you and have a great night. Happy scrapping.